Hello, dear friend. Welcome to Tarot Plus and your daily tarot reading. Let's just see what energies we're dealing with today. Oh, okay. Nine of Pentacles jumps out. But it's with the background of the Nine of Swords. So we could be worried, losing sleep over money, job, worried about our house, worried about our health, feeling a little anxiety about what's going on in the world, where things are leading. Now, what energies are around us that we may not know about that are going to help us with that? Okay, so we have here the Page of Wands, and it looks like around us there's new opportunities coming, new inspirations. The things that we planted a little while ago are going to start sprouting now. And it's just taken a little bit longer than you had anticipated, but it's coming, and it's already en route. It just hasn't quite arrived yet. So if possible, try and release your anxiety a little bit concerning this, because things look like they are getting better. And we can see in this image here that the man has a blindfold over his eyes, or the woman, and that would indicate that there's things that you just haven't been able to see, and that could be it's just not within your vision, or it hasn't arrived yet. But you can have faith and hope that things are going to get better because of the hidden energies around you. So if you feed into those hidden energies, remember, whatever you put out into the universe, it gets mirrored back to you. So you could be putting out this feeling of anxiety a little bit too much, and that's why you're feeling that darkness. Whereas if you try to concentrate your energies a little bit more on the optimism, then that optimism is going to be reflected back to you. I know that's hard to do, and I know that everybody says those things and says those words, but when you're in the middle of that situation, it is very difficult to have an optimistic attitude. But don't give up. Keep trying, and you'll be able to get through it. Be the fly on the wall. Step back and look at your situation as if you were observing it from a farther vantage point, and you may be able to see where you can rip these band-aids off and start to heal in those areas. And you might be able to see different things that you can do to feed and nourish the excitement as opposed to the distress. Okay, so let's just see what our cards have to say for us for today. So I'm going to lay out my cards in the infinity loop pattern. So you'll see it goes up and down and around. And that represents all the different circles of life that we are in at any given time. So even if only a portion of this reading speaks to you, it could be that you are on that particular cycle, or you're in that particular mode, and it's something that you will be able to navigate out of or feed into, whatever you decide, because you are the one that's in control. So the Five of Pentacles jumped out, so that kind of goes along with our theme of the energy of this reading. So you're definitely feeling some kind of a loss. Maybe it's your health. This card in particular, for me, in my symbolism, because I went through a number of health issues myself, this is the card, whenever it showed up reversed, it always gave me that hope. It gave me that inspiration to keep trying to get better. So you might be feeling isolated, you might be feeling left out in the cold, and you might be hurting from a physical illness. So let's go to the cards and see what has to be said, what Spirit wants us to know, and how we can navigate our way through this situation. Okay, so this card right here represents you, and yes, okay, so I'm feeling very sorry for you that you're going through rough times. You may have suffered not just a physical loss, but also an emotional loss. If that's the case, my condolences to you. And I know it's very hard. It's very, very hard. So, okay, you may have had your heart broken, and now you're feeling totally left out, and you're feeling sick. It's making you feel sick. So, what do the cards then say to focus on? Focus on where you're going to go next. Focus on what new path you want to follow. And as you're focusing on this, which is this card here, you're getting ready to start a new chapter. You're getting ready to enter a new phase, to leave behind the tough times and the heartache and the suffering, and head towards something much better. Focus on that. Focus on where you want to go. Like, start making those plans now. And your strength as you go about this, can't pick the card up. Okay, this is in your strength position. Justice. So pursue justice. Very important with the Justice card is honesty. So be honest with yourself. Be honest with whomever you're dealing with. Weigh those scales of balance. Try not to prejudge anything that happens, because as you start your new journey, this is your strength. This is your focus. This is what is going to help you decide what chapter or what phase or what branch or what new verse. I mean, it doesn't have to be something totally huge, but this feels huge. So focus on that justice as you prepare to get ready to start your new journey or your new chapter. Now, what is coming is the Four of Cups. As you are integrating, like, don't stuff it down, because this is a lot of pain right here. These three cards here, the Three of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. All the 5 cards are cards of change, are cards of struggles, and they're also some of the greatest teachers in the tarot, because that's that peak point, you know, at the top, the 5. If you're taking 10 steps, you know, the 5 is, are you going to keep going, or are you going to crumble back down? So this is still part of, you know, the cycles of life. These things happen, and not to minimize what you're going through, because I know it's very, very tough when you are going through these types of emotional and physical and financial hard times. So even though you're going through these hard times, there may be, if we're speaking honestly, more challenges that come up. So let's take a peek at what challenges we may come up against. Okay. The thing you're going to have to be careful of with this challenge is not to base everything that's going to come up in the future on your new journey. Don't base whatever happens there on the past. 6 of Cups is all about memories, legacy. It's about family, past family, and reminiscing. So try and focus on, when you're reminiscing about these hard times and going through these tough times, when you're looking at that, try to focus on the good times. Do not discount the bad times, because they are some of the greatest teachers. And how you react to the tough times in the past also shapes how you react to the tough times in the future. Because if you can step back and watch yourself from a distance, like a fly on the wall, as an observer, and if you are honest with yourself and you look at the justice on both sides of things, then you'll be able to speak honestly to yourself. You'll be able to see what comes up in the mirror as you do this, and see how you can shape your own future. Now, with the 6 of Cups, the advice card is the 9 of Swords. You've got, it's like all the worst, not the worst cards, but all the tough cards. A lot of tough cards from the tarot are coming up for you today. But the 9 of Swords is basically, you've hit rock bottom. There's nowhere else to go now but up. So that's it. It's over. The tough times are over. You've still got some emotional processing to do, but it's over. Now you are heading towards justice for yourself, and things are not going to get worse. Things are going to start improving from this point forward, especially if you do take those steps to start something new for yourself. So as you're going through all this tough shit, what will help you to maintain that positive attitude? Okay. Things are moving quickly, and they will continue to move quickly, and you're breaking free. So we've got the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. The 8 of Swords has shown up reversed, which means you're breaking free. That's it. You're not stuck. You're not stuck. You're free. You are now able to see what kept you trapped in a certain situation, what kept your mind focusing on the wrong things that made it worse. And now you can rapidly move away from that to start focusing on where you're going to go next and what branch of yourself you want to discover. Because if you are on any kind of a spiritual journey, you are likely on this path of self-discovery. You're on this journey of self-discovery, but not just self-discovery, it's also self-improvement. So as you go through these tough times, keep that in mind, that when it's all over and when you look back, you will not only know yourself better, you will also know how you react to things. And if you come across another really tough time like you're going through right now, you can reflect back on this particular instance and observe how you handled this and how you would want to handle the next situation. So the thing to keep in mind through this entire reading, which is a tough one, but it's also part of life, and as you age, you go through more and more and more of these types of situations, and they really do affect you less because I wouldn't say you get hardened to it. You understand it more and you are able to deal with it better. So where you are right now, the thing to keep in mind with this entire reading is you are in an excellent position to defend yourself, which goes back to this Justice card over here. You're in a very good position to defend yourself, and it's likely that you won't have to. But if you do have to defend yourself, you have got all the quivers and the bows and the arrows that you need. And you've got the power. You have the power to direct your will where you want to direct it. So you're not anybody's puppet. You have the strength, you have the willpower, and you have the ability to defend yourself. Okay, so now the question is, how do you stay balanced through all of this? And this is the balance card. Looks like a jail, right? But it's not. It's kind of a wounded warrior, which is where you're at right now. You're feeling wounded. But it's also a person who knows how to put up really good boundaries. So it's both things. And that's how you maintain your balance, by balancing where you want to put up borders or boundaries, what you're going to let into your life, and what you are going to not allow. So maintain that balance. Don't back down, but don't put the walls up so high that you are not listening to anybody. So borders, boundaries, fences, they make good neighbors, right? Keep people out that are not good for your mental, physical, emotional health, and allow people in that are beneficial to you, that are on a similar journey. And that's why the Fool card is now the card to focus on as advice. Think about where you want to go next with all this that you have experienced. And then we go back to the cards that we started out with. A new journey is coming, a new inspiration is coming, new sunflowers are coming. Your heart will be opening up, but you also have in the background the mountains that you climbed to get to this heart space. So you ground your root chakra, stay grounded, and focus on that mind heart collaboration where your mind and your heart are working in harmony, and that will help you to get through this really tough time that you're going through. And again, my condolences if you have lost somebody very special, and I hope things do get better for you. So with that, we shall conclude our reading for today. And thank you for letting me read for you. Come back again soon, and we will do another daily reading. And best of luck to you. Bye for now.